This title is narrated with virtual voice, computer-generated narration for audiobooks. The Amish Recluse by Mary Lantz. Prologue. Jonas Miller held his 3-year-old daughter Anna in his arms, while 6-year-old Rebecca clung to his leg. They were quiet as they listened to the bishop recite his final words. The bishop finished and gave a little nod of his head to the 4 men who stood waiting. Without a word, they lowered the pine box into the freshly dug grave. Jonas took 2 steps forward and bent to grab a handful of the freshly turned soil. He quietly instructed Rebecca to do the same. "Ma'am?" 3-year-old Anna said. "Nay, little one," Jonas answered her quietly. As she started to fuss, he hugged her and said, "Go with gross mommy now. I'll be along in a moment." Jonas turned to hand her to his mother, who stood by his side. She shushed the fussing child before reaching down to take the hand of 4-year Rebecca. "Come, Kenner," his mother said quietly to the girl. Watching them walk out of the cemetery, Jonas felt a heaviness in his heart. Those 2 girls were all he had left. God had taken Susan and his Bopley son during the birthing process. There was nothing the midwife could do to save either of them. Even though Jonas knew it was God's will, he felt sad and lonely. Turning back to the grave, he reached for a shovel and joined the others as they filled the hole. Chapter 1. Jonas placed the breakfast dishes into the sink, promising himself that he would wash them later. He turned to the girls, Anna, who was 3, and Rebecca, who was almost 6. "Hurry, girls, the time is late. We must be going. Grab your caps." The 2 girls nodded to their father and went to retrieve their caps from the rack by the front door. Rebecca helped Anna put hers on and tie it neatly. Then Rebecca put her own cap on and tried to tie it. The strings dangled below in a tangled knot, the neat bow, like she had almost made her sisters. "Dad, I need help," she called out to Jonas. "Ja, I will be right there," Jonas called as he wiped the jelly off the table and placed the pitcher of milk in the propane-powered refrigerator. After crossing the kitchen, he joined his daughters in the foyer. He quickly tied Rebecca's cap and picked up Anna so they could go. It wouldn't do to be late for services. The bishop would frown upon it. As he carried Anna down the porch steps, he noticed she had a bright red splotch of berry jelly near the bottom of her apron. When had she done that? There was nothing he could do about it now as they were running behind. He carefully placed Anna into the middle of the buggy seat and helped Rebecca up to sit beside her. He climbed in and picked up the reins, clicking his tongue at the bay mare hitched to the wagon tongue. She gave her head a toss and started down the driveway. Jonas urged her on until they were clopping along at a pretty fast pace, hoping they would reach the church before the bishop began the reading. They reached the meeting place and Jonas hurried the girls out of the buggy and into the building. He spotted his parents and his brothers and quickly went to join them. "I am glad you are here. I was anxious you would be late," his mother said as she gathered the girls onto the bench beside her, and Jonas made his way to sit among the men. "Ach, Anna, what is on your apron?" His mother took a handkerchief from her own apron pocket and tried to wipe the jelly stain from the girl's apron. Anna giggled. "Setch," Rebecca said with a finger over her lips. She pointed to the bishop, who had stepped to the podium at the front of the room. The remainder of the church service took place without incident. By the time the singing was finished, little Anna was getting crabby and sleepy. Jonas' mother picked up the tired child and rocked her gently as they walked outside to share their meal. "Dad, can I to play now?" "Ja," Jonas answered, "but don't wander too far." Jonas' father, Hiram, clapped him on the back and said, "She will be fine. Don't worry so much." "I know, Dad, but it is hard. She is growing up fast,
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.